So we just got Prestige 10 and are back at level 1 with just the starting items. So I figure now is a good time to show you how I recommend you play as a level 1 in Phasmophobia. So I'll show you how to find, identify the ghost, and what items to buy as you start to level up. So I definitely recommend starting out on Tanglewood. It's smaller and you're going to be able to find the ghost more easily, hopefully. So again, I'm a big proponent of starting with the video camera, EMF reader, and glow stick. Again, finding the orbs right away makes it super easy, because if you see the orbs, you know that that's where the ghost room is. So I recommend starting with that. It serves well enough as a flashlight. Once again, we can sort of see where we're going. We're just looking for orbs. Once we don't see orbs here in the main hallway of Tanglewood, like if I'm playing Tanglewood right here, I'm immediately starting to turn on these lights. Like, turn on these hallway lights in the main area. That way, you're not going to lose as much sanity as fast. So once I know the main areas don't have it, now we can start looking in these rooms and seeing... Do we see it? Okay, so this is a ghost event here. Interesting thing with ghost events. Doesn't necessarily mean that this is where the ghost room is, because the ghost can do a ghost event if you're within 10 meters of it. If you can't tell, Tanglewood is pretty small, so if you're anywhere sort of in this house, you're within 10 meters of the ghost. So you can sort of say, okay, that's kind of interesting, but really it does kind of nothing for us. Again, I like to close the doors after I look for the ghost room, and somebody commented and said, shouldn't you leave the doors open to test for Ure and other stuff? And yes, normally I would, but if you want to leave these doors all the way open to see which one will slightly move some, you can do that too. I prefer to close it, and I think for newer players, it's going to be easier for you to look at and see if a door is slightly open versus slightly closed. Just my preference for you all, but again, do whatever. After we find the ghost room, I definitely recommend leaving the doors open to test for a Ure. But either way, so we do get dirty water. So this is where I, said about, look, the ghost room is going to be around here. More than likely this, because I think this is all encompassing, and it just threw that. So once you see it interaction, test it with the EMF reader. We're just looking for the EMF to go all the way up and over 5. These other numbers, do not worry about it. Do not stress over these numbers. So we know that the ghost room is here. I don't think see anything. So yeah, so again, now we can open up these doors and sort of check for that. There is another interaction, so we can check and see if we're getting anything. And you might be asking yourself, should you turn on the lights in here? And I would say, ideally, it depends. I wouldn't do it right away, right? So we need to go back to the van to get our other items. And the way that you want to handle each map is going with like the same plan each time. Like I start with the video camera, EMF reader, and UV. This is so if I hear an interaction, I can verify it with the EMF reader. If I see a door touch, we can check for UV, and we're checking for orbs. So we're checking for all those things right then. Very interesting stuff here on the activity chart. It's very possible we will be getting EMF 5. And again, the example that I want to show you here, because we turned on those lights, our sanity is still above 90%, and we now know where the ghost room is. So now all we have to do is just start gathering evidence, and that's how you figure it out fast. So right away, I definitely recommend taking in the thermometer. I took the EMF reader. Okay, well, that's my bad. Usually you'd come in here and take some. We'll leave the spirit box in here. I'll just take the ghost writing book. Because the ghost writing book and thermometer is sort of set it and forget it. So that's why I would take those in as soon as I find the ghost room, head back out. We don't see orbs, so we can likely mark off orbs off of the list. Orbs are one of the few evidences that I feel more comfortable marking off, by the way. Because of just like, there's no RNG chance with it. Like either you have orbs or you don't. And even though it looks, this reflection is sort of throwing me off, I don't see any orbs. So I think we're actually safe to go ahead and mark out ghost orbs as a possible evidence. Drop this. Now we can go back and get the other stuff. Yeah, not hugely important because we don't have a lot of items to start out with. We don't have any evidence yet, so kind of interesting. We don't have a way without salt to force UV. That's kind of annoying, but we'll just take the rest of these items. In. With seeing all these spikes up to 4, I really would like to see a 5 spike, but it's definitely... My mind is thinking it's likely going to be an EMF 5 ghost. I wouldn't necessarily rely on that chart, especially early on. Just if you see that spike without a ghost event and without a hunt, then it starts to get, you know, kind of suspicious. So let's see here. Are you here?
Struck from behind.
Okay. Do that. Thankfully, this room is not like super huge, so you can, with the spirit box, if you really want it way more accurate after a ghost event or after an interaction, go to that area, then talk into the spirit box. You're way more likely to get a response that way. Now we have to set down these dots. Tier 1 dots are super annoying. So we're just going to sort of do our best with it. Let's see. Where? Still don't see EMF 5 yet. We do have ghost writing. And we'll see with how much it's throwing. I am kind of interested in thinking about a Pulte. Pulte would be UV, though. EMF 5 would be a spirit, which would be pretty boring. Alright, that's good, because now we can test for UV. We do not have UV, so it very well could be EMF 5 as it, and that's what we're looking for EMF 5. This right here. If you see that, that is EMF 5. Anything else, don't rely on it during a ghost event. Don't rely on it, anything else like that. So it is a boring spirit. We already have it circled. We already knew what the ghost was before going into the game. That's how brilliant I am at this, by the way. Actually, spirit circled by default, if you haven't figured it out. But we do have that. Now, it's sort of up to you and what you want to do. So again, we're playing on amateur. It's only a 1x multiplier. We figured out what the ghost was. We're still above 90% sanity. This is what I mean by turning on the lights in the house. Super important. This is where you got to ask yourself, is this worth me dying for? Are these objectives worth me dying for? Escape during a hunt, I wouldn't recommend it as a newer player, and especially without smudge sticks. That's just asking for trouble. Average sanity below 25%. We could stay in there and wait forever, but let me just show you what we do if we don't do it. Now, some of this is going to be a little bit different because we do have a couple daily objectives, which are good for some extra money. So going to get a couple levels out of it, and that's just one game on amateur. We unlocked photo cameras. So now our level 3. This is always the fun part, right? The shop. How do you work the shop? Super scary. All right. So we have $400. Stuff that we need for sure. Definitely a photo camera because that's going to allow you to make more money. And then I would prioritize another dots projector. We can take photos of ghostwriting, and 2 ghostwriting books are pretty good to increase the chances, so I'm going to buy that. Now, to get them in your inventory, because again, they are not in our inventory yet, what you want to do is go into your equipment manager and then add it. Right, just hit the plus sign so we know we bought dots because it showed 1. Like we got a 1 next to the ghostwriting book. Hit that, and then we have 1 video camera. Did I not buy it? Okay, I gotta click on it. Okay. I was like, I thought I bought it. Wait, it says it. Okay. Click on it, then go. These are the 3 items I really recommend getting multiple of early on. So if you're hurting for money, you can skip the extra ghostwriting book. Dots and camera, as soon as you unlock it, are 2 items that you absolutely need. Taking photos is going to allow you to make extra money. And you see here now they are in our inventory. We'll do Willow Street. Again, Tanglewood and Willow are 2 very small maps, and I highly recommend using both of those to learn the basics of it before moving on to bigger ones, because you should be able to get everything a little bit quicker and get a better idea of everything that happens. So again, I'm going through the same thing. Now, we could have got the bone the last game, but again, I'm not focused on that. Now that we have the camera, we can get a perfect game, which would require finding the bone, and finding the bone on the smaller maps are a little bit easier. But again, we're playing this on amateur. We're gonna go into this. We're gonna find the ghost room, and again, I like to start with the video camera. And like, For this, check in here. And this is exactly why, see? Immediately we know where the ghost room is. We have ghost orbs. Almost half the ghosts have ghost orbs, so the chances of you seeing it are 50%. And we got a ghost event. That's pretty good. So, not much we can do right now. But what we can do is go back into the truck and start getting things. There's a chance now we've unlocked the camera that our objective could be to capture a photo of a ghost, which that would have been a very good chance of doing that there. Yeah, capture a photo of a ghost would have been a good way. Now, these are good objectives that we can complete, which also goes into getting a perfect game. But again, let's take in both of these books. On in and start testing. Now, since we have ghost orbs, you have to beware of the mimic. Okay, mimics they will have fake ghost orbs, right? So until you get something that a mimic can't have, such as ghost writing or EMF 5 or dots, always keep in mind that it could be a mimic. So now we should be able to come back with a couple of this. And this is sort of like, because of the spirit box, I sort of like to keep the lights off at first until I try spirit box a little bit. Because you can only get a spirit box response when the lights are out. Are you here? Are you friendly? Another good thing, I didn't want to talk over the static. You can actually keep talking into the spirit box while placing other items. So I'll show you what I mean. All right, so we're going to turn this on. We're going to drop it onto the ground. And look. Are you here? You see the response on there. It's blinking there on the right. Are you friendly? Where are you? If you want to go close, are you here? Are you friendly? Where are you? Are you here? Are you friendly? Where are you? And we're not getting anything, so maybe it won't be spirit box. We're struggling with so with this now we can turn on the light, and it's just sort of like a waiting game. Now it could be a Goryo right now because we we have evidence of a ghost orb, so it can't be a Goryo. Which is good, because Goryo, you can only see the dots if nobody else is in the room and only through the camera. So, mimics can't mimic Goryo dots because it doesn't have that as a piece of evidence. Still waiting on that to go down. Okay. So, when we see that, right, we want to come over here, and since we know that the ghost is like around here, come over here. Are you here? Are you friendly? Where are you? So, like, since we know that the ghost was like right around here, maybe not quite as fast, but I'm almost willing to rule out spirit box, which if we rule out spirit box, it would rule out a mimic, since we're only playing on amateur. So that's good. I would like it to touch one of the doors. And that would be a reason why you would want to turn on the light, so you can see the interactions. I should probably go back and get the camera, though, honestly. So just in case the ghost does a ghost event again, we can take a picture of it. Yeah, that's how easy it is to find the ghost room fast, and our sanity is still fairly high. Now, we can go ahead and start looking for the bone while we're waiting for things. We're still waiting for freezing. Very well could be, because we don't have anything else. Dots are really annoying, so it could be... Can it be ghost orb, dots, and freezing? Is that a combination? Urei? Are we thinking Urei already? I mean, maybe. Maybe. It'd be a good idea to open these doors to test for a Urei. But Ureis can also close the front door outside of a hunt or a ghost event. They're the only ghost that can do that. Has not done that yet, so I don't necessarily think that's what's going to happen. But again, as you're going through this, turn on the main lights while we're looking for the bone. We'll turn on the hallway. Do want to check the garage, but We'll turn on these. So we're just going to do this to try to get a perfect game out of it. Looking for the bone. Nothing. Then you want to turn off lights as you go, and we can decide on a hiding spot too, right? Like, since we know where that ghost room is, if you wanted to go hide in the garage in that back corner, if the ghost started hunting, like you could do that. There's also, you know, a hiding spot in here, back over here, and there's also one over here behind here. So those are both good hiding places. They're kind of, you know, far down. I do not see the bone in any of these either. So it looks like the bone may very well be in the basement. We do still need to take a picture of interactions. It's easier when you unlock Salt to get perfect games, because at least with Tier 1, it's guaranteed 6 photos. And obviously with Tier 2, it would be guaranteed 9. There's the bone. If you take a picture of it, grab it. What is our cursed object? I don't recommend using the cursed object as a beginner, but I do recommend taking a picture of it because it's an easy picture. I can fill up your book. The cursed object locations are always the same. It is the music box. Okay, we got ghostwriting, and we can actually get 2 photos off of that. One for the interaction, one for the writing. So that means that the dots, or the orbs, are going to be real. So it's a Mare, Revenant, or a Thay. Kind of scary. Yeah, we did not get that ghost running yet. Please tell me that counted as a picture. 2-star ghost photo. Well, we're not going to get a perfect game. We're not going to get a perfect game. I don't know where it's coming from. Probably should not have taken that picture. But the Thay would be or dots. I don't see that. Mare would be what? EMF 5? No. So we can't get UV. Can't get EMF 5. Mare would be Spirit Box. I'm not really thinking Spirit Box. I think it's probably going to end up being, yeah, it's freezing. So that's going to be a Revenant. You see how getting photos can help out. We got to level 4 here. We didn't unlock any extra items, so it's still the same. This is where it's kind of better to create a loadout. So let me show you that. Let's just reset this one. So with what we have right now, like I know I always want an extra dots projector, an extra ghostwriting book, and for right now a photo camera. If we enable this loadout, it means that if we die, it's going to automatically buy these items again for us. That's what the loadout means. For this one, let's go to Edgefield. Again, I recommend practicing on Tanglewood and Willow the most. Those are smaller, you're going to find it quicker. Edgefield has 3 different levels, but they're not like super large. So we're going to start again with our trusty 3 items: video camera, EMF reader, and glow stick. And like I said from the start, this video is more geared towards beginners, so if you're not a beginner watching this, thank you so much for sticking on through. And if you have any tips that you think might help people, please post it in the comments. It's always great to share information, and that way more people can enjoy the game. And once you get over the hurdle of kind of understanding what it is, the game just opens up so much more, and that's what I like to try to spread around. As good of advice as possible to get you started with the game. So I don't see orbs anywhere around here, so again I recommend starting with or turning on the lights, since we don't see the orbs. Checking. Ghost tends to be upstairs a lot on this map because it's a little bit bigger, so chances are that's probably where the ghost room is. But we're just gonna go around and check and see what we see, which is nothing so far. Nothing here in the dining room. And again, the reason you want to turn on lights is to just save some sanity. Okay. Kind of interesting. I don't see any fingerprints. So is the dining room or the garage the ghost room? Did it turn on the living room lights, or was that me? 'Cause I thought I heard a light switch. I don't even remember now. Okay, I'm kind of curious. This ghost has successfully managed to throw me off. We did not see orbs, so I'm not thinking it's orbs. And if we don't see orbs, and that is the ghost room, it's not going to be an obake. We do have to be careful of that before marking out UV, but we could mark out those two. One thing to be that's kind of scary, though. It could be a wraith, which could have teleported to us and then interacted with the door, because the wraith has that ability. I'm just not sure, but this could be the ghost room as well. I don't know. I'm very curious. We're gonna need to go get the thermometer, I think. I'm just not real sure. So that looks like very well could be an EMF 5, which for that it could be a wraith. It doesn't feel like that's the ghost room. And if that doesn't feel like that's the ghost room, the ghost could have teleported to us. We don't have salt to test for a wraith, which would have been pretty good. So, all right, let's double check. This is what I like to do. Like, if I can't find the ghost room, which we haven't searched the whole house, but it doesn't look like it's going down here. So I don't think it's going to be this room. Is it in the garage? No. Okay, so that's a weird touch. It turned off the breaker. Did we get EMF 5 from it? No. Alright, this is one way you can also find the ghost room, is just by walking around with the thermometer and going room to room and seeing which room the temperature starts dropping in. And it is up here. Okay, we can take a picture of that. So the ghost is, looks like here in the main hallway. Alright, interesting. Let's go get our stuff from down here. Yeah, so my instinct would tell me that that's going to be a wraith. Or a mimic, I guess. It could mimic a wraith. Mimic really anything. Do we have ghost orbs? Doesn't look like it. Nope, thought I saw one for a split second. Okay. We'll leave that down. Let's go get some more items. Preferably, dots. Yeah, see, we're seeing like this 1 to 5 spike without a ghost event and without a hunt. That's going to be EMF 5. I feel confident enough to go ahead and mark it. What's wraith? Spirit box and dots? I know dots are it. Spirit box would be it too. Okay. Are you here? Are you friendly? Where are you? Are you here? Are you friendly? Where are you? Is this not the ghost room? Which door did it just touch? I'm just super confused. Okay. Maybe this is the ghost room in here. Where did I put my thermo? Is this the ghost room? So it... Is that the ghost room? Okay, so there is EMF 5. Let me go get a photo cam. So we did not do that. Let's see here, we got EMF 5 and it went from a 1 to a 4, which is why a 4 spike can sometimes signal EMF 5. Not 100% of the time, but like 99% of the time I found. I think there's only been one time where I've seen it reach 4 and it not be EMF 5. Alright, so, you. Are you the ghost room, or are you the ghost room? Looks like you are. Which one, are you here?
In a close-knit community.
Okay. I'm just doing that. That's EMF 5. Wait, we still have a photo cam in our hands. Take a picture of it. It also did a phone. It turned off the breaker. Let's go turn back on the breaker. Okay. Like I said, we got Spirit Box. So it's a Spirit Wraither, the twins, and I'm kind of thinking it's going to be a Wraith, but... Which I've been thinking the whole time, and this ghost has done nothing to make me think otherwise at this point. I still think it's going to end up being a Wraith. Now, we could look for the, Is that dirty water, or is that an interaction? Okay. So you can't take a picture of dirty water. It is a pretty good picture to take. Did the ghost throw one of these books? I don't know if that was the right... It was an interaction? Okay, so now all we're doing is taking pictures of interactions to fill up our book. I don't know where our other book went. I'm guessing that the ghost threw it. We can stand out here and look, so that way we're not losing sanity by standing in the darkness. It's a little bit easier to see dots that way. I think what I may do as well as that. We can try to take a dots photo to count as a ghost photo, but what are our objectives? Capture a photo of a ghost, escape during a hunt. We can also go looking for the bone, because we have not done that. And take a picture of that. We check up here first, because that might be a little bit easier. So if we want to try to get a perfect game, I don't think we're going to be able to get the perfect game, because I would not recommend trying to escape the ghosts during a hunt without a smudge stick. Definitely not my top recommendation. There it is. Okay. I mean, I could try because of what it is, but I would not recommend that you do it. We still got to figure out the ghost type, though. So it's not orbs, right? No, I don't even know if the ghost... Yeah, I don't think the ghost can have orbs with our combination. Did it turn off the breaker again? Stop turning off the breaker. I need to conserve my sanity. We do have to try to get a picture of the ghost, though. What is our sanity at, anyways? Can you stop doing that, please? You're not a Hauntu. You can't take a picture if the ghost turns it off. By the way, it counts as an interaction. So our sanity is still fairly high. We need 3 more photos. We can leave 1 for the ghost photo. Pretty good. We do need to check on freezing. We do need to check on freezing. So I have not done that. That would be the twins. The twins is an interesting option, though. I'm not going to lie. Like, if it was the twins, it would not surprise me either. Interaction. So I really feel like if it was going to be freezing, it would have went to freezing by now. It threw the book. Where's our book at? We got the monkey paw. I didn't even look for the cursed object. Alright, so it threw the book, which means since it didn't write in it, we can officially mark out ghostwriting as a possibility. Because a ghost will always write in the book overthrowing it. So if the ghost has ghostwriting, it will write in the book before it will throw it. So if you see it, this is with 3 evidences, by the way. It's an interesting tidbit to know. Was that dots? Dots are just... Tier 1 dots just suck so much. I thought I saw something. I wasn't in there, so I don't think it was my breath. There's the dots. Okay. It was a wraith. Which is what I figured. Wraiths can be scary, though, because they can teleport to you. Which is why they did that. So Wraith has an ability. Let's actually see if I can show this ability. Right? It's going to be kind of spooky. But we know that the ghost room is right here. And it shouldn't wander all the way down here. But what you will see is when the Wraith uses its ability, you'll get an EMF 2 reading. So you see here, there's going to be nothing going on, right? Like we're down here. We're all the way in the basement. Ghost is all the way upstairs. Ghost shouldn't be able to come all the way down here. But what you're going to find that the Wraith's ability does is it's going to give off an EMF 2 reading when it teleports to you. So that's the Wraith's ability. So there you see. EMF is going off. Nothing has happened, right? No interactions. This is the Wraith teleporting to us. So if we might hear an interaction now, which is what? See, there goes the ghost event. I don't have my stupid camera with me. Why didn't I take it? But anyways, yeah, that's the Wraith ability, which is why when I was downstairs, and we went to the garage and it opened the door, I was like, this doesn't feel like where the ghost room is, but I wasn't sure. But that's because the Wraith teleported to us and then interacted with that door. So it's one thing you have to be careful of. That's why if you hear the interaction, double check with the thermometer. And if you don't see the thing going down, it's either going to be likely a Banshee, a Phantom, or a Wraith. This time it was a Wraith. We got to level 5. We unlocked the motion sensor. Once again, start with the video camera, the EMF reader, and the glow stick. You can start with the flashlight if you want to. You can start with a thermo. You can start with really whatever you want. I would just stick with the same routine. I'm using this because I think, honestly, this is the best method of finding where the ghost room is. With the orbs, you're going to find it. Because with the thermo, you do have to wait for the ghost room to cool down some right away. See, just like this, we immediately walk in and find the ghost room is here because we saw orbs. I don't know why we're still not seeing the orbs. There it is. Okay, so again, see how fast that was? And do you see how much sanity we lost? Let me see if this will work. I forgot about the 5-minute grace period with this too, right? We lost 1% sanity. Now I'm gonna take this in here and let's see if it's gonna cool down. Yeah, because like you have to wait for the thermo to warm up first while holding it. Then you have to wait for it to cool down. And see, we're going in here. look, see how the thermo will trick you? It's going up. This is the ghost room. We know it's the ghost room because we saw orbs. It's going up. And so if you were to take this path immediately in, you would be like, okay, this is not the ghost room. When, no, it is the ghost room. We know that because we saw orbs. And that's why, you know, I don't really necessarily recommend starting with the thermo. That's why I wait. You know, search for orbs. If I sweep everywhere and I don't see orbs, then I'll go with the thermo to verify which room the ghost room is if I haven't heard anything, which a lot of the times we'll hear something before then. I don't know which interaction it had. So, okay, let's go with that. Let's set this down. We can set this book. And you can set it up, you know, for maximum coverage, you know. Set that over there. Set this book, you know, like over here. And it should choose to want to write in one of them. And let's go get the dots and the spirit box. See, it's so hard to get hunted on amateur, which is, I guess if you know the game. But this is why, like, if you find the ghost room fast, you get the evidence, you know, like, really shouldn't do it. So I don't really talk about, like, surviving hunts, right? But if you were to do this, there's a few places I would recommend going. So, like, if the ghost were to hunt, you know, you can easily, like, run up these stairs, which I would recommend, you know, lighting up your pathway, right? Like, run up these stairs. You could hide behind this chair. This chair used to be guaranteed all the time, but now it is not. It could be hidden if you're playing harder difficulties. Or here in the nursery, behind this crib is another great hiding spot. Found the bone. Let's go. Inadvertently. Or if you're just like want to go super far away, you could go back here and into the storage room in the attic. So you have a couple different options with that. This is a pretty big room for these dots, which makes it kind of annoying to kind of get to. I guess, I don't know which way would be better to do it. I hate these dots. I really do. Like, you know, you do that to try to cover everything. Are you here? Obviously not if it turned off the breaker, but ghosts can interact with the breaker anywhere. Are you here? Are you friendly? Did we just see dots? Are you here? Are you pizza? Okay. We gotta figure out where the breaker is now. Are you pizza? I don't know. Is the breaker's gonna be upstairs? Yeah. Okay, that's what I figured, so we couldn't hear it, but... Is that our objective motion sensor? Yes, it is. So we could try to place this. Motion sensors can also be good for the spirit box as well, because if you see the motion sensor go off, then you know that's where the ghost is, and... You can try to do that. I think that's horrible, but whatever. Let's go upstairs, and I don't know if those were placed very well or not, but as long as it gets the objective, that's all that matters. Mainly what that's used for. Motion sensors are pretty much just used for the objective. You could use it to kind of keep track of the ghost. It's not too bad. Not a bad idea. Let's go get the photo cam. So far, we do still have to be careful of the orbs, that it could be a mimic. We have not really marked out anything yet. Let's go ahead and take a picture of the bone. I'm not sure what our cursed item is. Music box again, okay. Ghost has gone through the motion sensor now. There we go. Flung the hell out of that. That's good. Could potentially start asking it questions. Are you here? Are you friendly? Where are you? Are you here? Are you friendly? Where are you? Are you here? Okay. Dots are kind of easier to see in the dark, so maybe we should turn off our thing. I don't know if that thermometer was placed in a real good spot, so I'll just bring it in some more. Where was my stupid photo cam? Oh my god. Well, are you here? Are you friendly? That is not prepared. That would have been good for a spirit box or... okay. Are you here? Are you friendly? Are you here? Are you friendly? Where are you? We got ghost riding. Are you here? Are you friendly? Where are you? I think it... fuck. Not what I wanted to do. I wasted a photo. What am I doing? My mind is all jumbled right now. Ignore me, please. Ignore me and everything that I stand for. I am so unprepared for everything that just happened. What's that? Dots. Why do I keep on thinking I see dots? So we have orbs, ghost riding. If it's dots, it's a Thay. That wouldn't surprise me. It is fairly active. We did not check for UV though, did we? Okay. It is fairly active for a Thay. Now, we are probably aging the hell out of it, though. All we need to do is just verify the dots. We can also test it by hunting, but I'm trying not to do that. I just want to show you guys how to get the stuff legitly. Well, not like they're all legit, but we're beginners. Okay, it is a Thay. So we saw dots there. Dots are somewhat tricky, somewhat annoying. Thing with this, we did not get hunted though, so if you are worried about getting hunted, click or tap the screen now. I do have a great guide on how to stop being scared of getting hunted. Also learn some tricks about it, so I will see you all over there. Thank you so much for watching. Happy hunting, everybody, and thank you so much to the channel members for the extra support. I'll see you over in the hunting guide.